And Anthony, what's the mood in the squad going into Saturday's final?
I think it's been very relaxed so far. Training yesterday was tough, as it always is on Wednesdays, but we got what we needed to get out of it, and now everyone's just going to recover as best as possible today, and then get a team run in tomorrow, and then we'll be ready to go.
When you produce such a big win against New Zealand, obviously raises expectation. How do you go about dealing with that?
For me personally, I think in sport you've always got to back things up. And I think the guys that we've got like Owen, Maro, Mako as leaders, they won't be comfortable with any kind of complacency. So we've got to make sure that we back it up this weekend.
Manu, South Africa posed. Everyone talks about their physical threat and how big they are. What's it like to defend in the midfield against them? What challenge does that pose?
Yeah, obviously we spoke about it in the week. They're a tough side, physical. Big men, so we're gonna have to take it to them on Saturday. We can't wait for them to bring it to us. If we do that, it'll be a long day in the office.
Anthony, given the way that they kick just to get themselves into your territory and they give you opportunities, how important is it to have that mindset to right every chance we get, we take it back at them, ball in hand?
Yeah, I think, as Manu said about, their carries in the midfield, we've also looked at, their 9 and 10 and how they kick, and, we've looked at ways in which we can nullify that. I think we saw majority in the pool games how important the aerial battle was, and, we've continued working on it throughout, so, nothing's changed really in terms of how hard we've worked on our individual skills this week. There's a little bit more tactical emphasis on it, but as a back three, we'll definitely be ready for the challenge that they pose in that area. And if they kick loosely, then we'll be ready to take what opportunity is given to us.
Anthony, it looked like there was a lot of emotion going on from at the final whistle last weekend. Can you tell us a bit about, I suppose, your journey to get back to where you are, and how do you kind of reset for a final after such a kind of high point?
Yeah, I've tried lying and saying that my eye was bleeding, but not too many people believed me. But I guess it was just I don't know what it was, to be fair. I guess after the 13 months or so that I've had, this time last year I couldn't lift my heel off the floor. I could barely walk without a limp. So. I was, I guess, very appreciative for the moment that I had there and then, and it was actually quite ironic that the one person who knew, why I was particularly upset or emotional in that moment was actually Manu, I guess, who's been through, exactly, if not worse, situations. So, to have someone there, with the experience and the skill like Manu, was very comforting as well. So, yeah.
Just on a similar theme for Manu, for both of you, but for Manu, if you could answer it, to have been through that many injuries and then to be sat here 2 days out from a World Cup final, it's a very special journey, isn't it?
Yeah, I same as Ant. I feel very blessed to be here and to be able to get this opportunity to play in another World Cup. But to be here now, the opportunity to get involved in the final, never dreamed of it. It's beyond my dreams. So for me, I'm just thankful to God for His guidance. That's got us here where we are today.
You're not the only two players who've had sort of bit of injury hell, if you like, Billy and JJ and people like that. How has it come together like it has? This is an unchanged starting 15 and the only change is Willie on the bench. But how has it come together that you've all got fit at the same time? How much hard work has gone into that? And who have you got to thank in terms of staff, if you like, for support?
The physios and all the staff, look after us really well. Carl, our chef, amazing, cook amazing food for us, so that enables us to, to feel good and to train well and work hard on the pitch. I think that's the most important thing is to get your body right and then work hard. Working hard is the only way that that's going to get you to where you want to be. And the boys, we've been doing that since we met up.
Anthony, how dark a place did it take you, the injuries, and how far did you have to come back? I mean, did it ask things of you that you hadn't had to do before, mentally and physically?
Yeah, definitely. I think I said it a couple of times. There were 2 or 3 days in particular where, I was very dark. Considering whether I would ever be able to run at the same speed or, change direction or anything like that. And those days were pretty tough. But I was lucky. I had a very strong support group around me. Friends, family. Carl Sinclair is someone that I spoke to pretty regularly about, my mindset and stuff throughout the injury, and he helped me loads. But as Chief said there, the physios here have been world class. Bob Stewart has taken great care of me. Even when I wasn't in the setup, he was texting me on a regular basis, seeing what I was doing, bouncing ideas off me and stuff like that. So. Yeah, as Chief said, I'm very appreciative of the position that we're in this weekend, but it won't make sense unless we go out there and get the win.
Manu and Anthony, you both played club rugby and school rugby as schoolboys. Give us a sense of, how you feel now on the eve of the World Cup final, just looking back at those early days and to where you are now.
I don't think there's been too much reflection at this point. To be honest with you, we've been very focused on the here and the now. As I said, training yesterday was pretty tough, and we had to do that in order to put ourselves in a good position for Saturday. Likewise, today we'll recover as best as possible. So I think the reflection type stuff will happen after the final whistle, but for now we're just concentrated on trying to put our best foot forward for Saturday.
お二人に伺いたいです。イングランドがもし優勝すると、OK。Thank you。イングランドがもし優勝すると16年ぶり、4大会ぶりになります。で、前回大会は残念ながら決勝トーナメントにも出場できませんでした。今回優勝するとなると、そのイングランドにとってはこれはどんな意味のある優勝になると思っていらっしゃいますか。教えてください。
Obviously, it's a great position to be in, and if we win, obviously, it's going to be a special moment, and it's something that's going to be with us for the rest of our lives. So we have to put everything into it. To get that win, it's going to be tough. So for us, we're not thinking about anything. Just thinking of our game plan and how we're gonna execute it. Whatever comes after, we'll look after it when we get there.
We've got last two questions, one here and then one at the back.
For both of you, who have you got out here, family, friends, etc., everyone you wanted? And I know there's been a bit of a social media campaign to get Marcus out here. How's that coming along?
I think Marcus is supposed to leave this morning, I think, from England with my younger brother, so they'll both be out here. And my parents are out here as well, and then just a few family, friends and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be great to have those guys here.
I've just got my brother here, Freddie. My other brother, Henry, was supposed to come, but couldn't get his visa in time. And the missus will be here as well. So looking forward to seeing them.
And then last
Thank you. The last days it was very much about the kicking game of Pollard, de Klerk, but they also have, as you know, Leroux, Colby, De Allende. What are your views about those danger in attack from South Africa?
Yeah, I think, we obviously spoke about the kicking game, from Faf de Klerk and Andre Pollard, but, Faf's a great sniper around the ruck, and Andre Pollard can take the ball to the line and carry as well, so, there's more to their game than just kicking. And then the other backs you mentioned, guys like Cheslin and Mapimpi, you give those guys too much space and they can cause havoc, so... again, it's important for us defensively to know what we can do to nullify those threats. We've been through a lot of it in the week, so it's just about implementing it now.